Can we have some lights on the top? I can't see any of them there. They're hiding in the darkness. I am in the wrong place, I think. Dear members of the Xaverian family, first of all, a very happy Christmas to all of you. You're supposed to wish me back, by the way. Not thank you, same to you. Did you understand the first scene, the crib scene? We call it the crib. That is the scene that you usually see on Christmas cards. At least you used to see. These days you see only Santa Claus. But in the old days, when we used to make Christmas greetings, we used to have that Mother Mary and Joseph and little baby Jesus. And the scene that they showed was the three wise men coming and worshipping Jesus after some days of his birth. And you will see that in many of the Catholic Christian churches and institutions. Like we also have made, I don't know if you have noticed it, in front of the statue of the Mother Mary, we have made the same scene, remembering the humble birth of the Savior of the world. When I was a kid, when I was a child, I found it very difficult to believe that God could be born like that. Do you believe? I don't think you believe. So I had a great doubt about believing in God. That is why I became a Jesuit. To find out if there is God really. And so it was very difficult. At the age of 17, I came to Nepal to look for God. I found very nice mountains and beautiful people. Especially when I was 17, the girls are very beautiful, not now. I was just 17. I stayed here 1 year, then 2 years. I went to Darjeeling, I went for my studies, etc. I decided to become a Jesuit father, in the sense I wanted to study to become a father, but I was never sure, like many of you are not sure. Is there really a God? Especially my God, the one who is born in a cattle shed, Gotama, Janmanu. That God, does he really exist? So every year we have to renew our commitment to become a father. I mean, it takes 15 years, but every year we have to give our decision. Should you want to continue? In my mind, every year I said, no, I don't want to become a father, I want to go back. But then in the paper I wrote, okay, I want to become a father. But at one stage, after my studies, masters in philosophy, I was in St. Xavier School, Javalakel. I was teaching in 2002. I got a phone call from my home. And my elder brother, he was seriously sick, and my family members asked me to come home immediately. I went home. When I went home, I saw my brother was dying. He was in ICU. And he had someone is hitting me from behind. That is how sometimes God catches you from behind the curtain. So I flew home and I saw my brother. He was like a vegetable lying in the hospital bed. He was dying. Then, my brother, he was my idol when I was growing up. He was the future of our family. And he was the one, someone that I admired a lot. And when I saw him almost dying and like a vegetable, he had a stroke, completely paralyzed, I lost all my faith. The little bit I had also I lost. And so I decided to leave becoming a father. I was not a father yet, but I was thinking of becoming a father. So I decided to leave Nepal and Jesuit Society and then live my own life, because I couldn't believe that a God who is kind and loving, a God who is compassionate, a God who helped the poor by being one of them, could do that to my brother. I was blaming God. How can it happen? Because of him, because of the condition of my brother, all of us had a lot of sorrow and sadness and depression, etc. But since I was a gentleman, I didn't run away. I wanted to come back to Nepal and then sign the papers saying that I don't want to become a father and then go back. So I was traveling back by train. On the train, I was thinking about life, thinking about all these sufferings, etc. Then I felt within me, I could even say that I heard this voice within me. But you might think I'm a psycho hearing voice, so I felt within me this voice. What do you know about me? What do you know about me? I am closer to those who suffer in a way that you will never understand. I am closer to those who suffer in a way that you will never understand. Now, it might not look very, something important to you, but at that moment, I realized it is not necessary that I should feel God all the time in my life, or even it is not even necessary that I should believe that God exists. By the way, I did my master's in philosophy, so you can understand what I was looking for. It is not, at all important whether I prove to someone else that God exists or not. What was important was this experience, this feeling that He was with me, and especially with my brother when he was dying. And that was most important, and especially he was closer to Him. Those who know Christianity, you will know Jesus, born in the cattle shed, was also killed on the cross. And that God, that Son of God, that Jesus, of course knows the pain that your family is going through. And that voice made me change my decision. Obviously, I am a father now, Jesuit father. I wanted to share this with you on this Christmas day. I think this is the second time I am doing it. I did it, this kind of story you don't tell, to people just offhand, like having a cup of coffee. Yeah, I heard the voice of God. But I want to share it with you during this Christmas season so that you may also, some of you also may be looking for God. You may be disillusioned. Where is this God? I haven't seen Him or heard. I haven't, I see in the temples, etc. But where is this? Does it really exist? I want you to believe, and believe truly. It is not important very often to prove the existence of God or to find God, in a place that you look for. But what is important is to believe and know within yourself that in your moments of trouble, in your moments of suffering, difficulties, in the moments of difficulties in your families, in your community, with your friends, in sickness, in death, that is when God is really present with you. Because He became one of us and He lived a life that we live. Joy and happiness, but also suffering and death. That is the good news, that the Lord is with you all the time, especially when you are going through great sufferings in your life. I wish you all the very best for this season, all the blessings of the season, and also a very happy Christmas. Thank you and God bless.